TSUKIHINA, Moon Guardian AU, alone, sitting with crossed legs on the breakwater as the sun calmly sets in the horizon. The wind blowing through my entire body as I gaze into the distance without a single thought. This is my hiding place. A place I feel most safe. Away from everyone. I've always been an introvert, someone who'd prefer to be alone. Someone who'd be shy in a crowd. I used to stay inside my bedroom to get away from everyone. But ever since my family transferred here because of my mom's work, this just happened. I fell in love with the calmness of the beach at night. I walk a couple of minutes every day just to get here and savor it. I can stay here looking at the sun as it sets, the moon as it replaces the sun, and the stars as they start to twinkle across the sky above the ocean water. But nothing could ever compare to how beautiful the reflection of the moon on the water looks. Mangata, so captivating, so peaceful. That's how I started to appreciate the moon more. I try to make a sketch here every night, of the moon in different angles. My absolute favorite was when I drew my first mangata on a full moon. Getting back to my senses, I started my sketch for the night. It was another full moon, but the mangata looked way more beautiful tonight. It's incredibly bright and has a tint of sapphire blue along the edges. I should have brought my crayons. My pencil can't do justice to the moon's beauty tonight. I look to and from the moon and the sketch pad, trying to copy as much of the beauty that's in front of me. When I looked at the moon's reflection on the water though, I saw something that caught my attention. In just a fraction of a second, I thought I saw a blurry human-like form appear on the water. Instinctively, I shifted my gaze to the actual moon. There was nothing there, just the moon. I looked back at the moon's reflection on the water. The blurry form was no longer there. My solitude must be playing tricks on my head now. I continued with the sketch. Just as I was about to finish, I heard a whisper. "That's beautiful, Shoyo." That was too soft. I couldn't have heard such a whisper amidst the blowing ocean wind. My mind's cracking, I should probably head home. I started packing the pad and pencil into my bag. Leaving so soon. I tried to look around but there was no one. Okay, this is officially freaking me out. I grabbed my bag and placed it over my shoulder as I was about to leave. But I felt something on my wrist. Like a soft grip that's holding me back. I turned my head slowly to the side. In all honesty, I wanted to run out of fear. But seeing him beside me, the thought of running away left me. There was something in him that's so calming. Like how I feel when I stare into the moon. Stay. Without hesitation, I simply nodded. He slowly faced the moon and I followed. I've been watching you from the moon, Shoyo. I've heard all your stories. All your cries. Wait, is his skin really glowing? He's from the moon. I think I really lost my sanity just now. I can see that you're afraid. I gave no answer. Just faced and stared at him in awe. He shifted his head to face me too. Don't be. He said that with a smirk. You expect me not to be afraid when you just said you were from the moon. Another smirk. But you talk to me every night. Well, I didn't know you existed, you know. I always thought I was on my own. You never were, ever since that first day you came here crying. I was always beside you. Listening to your heart. Watching how you sketch. They were always pretty. You always get how the moon wants to be represented. You should have told me earlier. I tried, but your emotions were usually overpowering your senses. Especially when you're hurting. You never heard me, but today, you were calm. I'm glad you finally noticed me. You wanted me to notice you. I wanted you to know that I'm listening. That you don't need to be afraid all the time. What are you though? His face went back to stare at the moon. I'm the moon's guardian. I make sure everything's normal. Like how it's shining, how its gravity isn't affecting the earth. Things like that, and much more. He lifted his hand and blew from it. It was as if stars glided from his hand and went straight to their positions on the night sky. I was too happy to see you not crying tonight that I forgot about the stars. He chuckled. I didn't notice really. The moon was too beautiful tonight. You can add the stars on your sketch, if you want. I nodded. I'll add them later. He nodded in return. You had a good day today, huh? Not really. Just that nothing bad happened. How's the Kijiyama doing? Is he still bullying you? Didn't get to see him today. You like him? I was taken aback by the question. His smirk returned. I told you I listened. Knowing that he heard all the secrets I talk loudly about whenever I come here, I nodded with flushed cheeks. Do you want him? Stop making me blush. I tried to hide my face behind my hands. When I finally realized he hadn't said anything, I removed my hands from my face. I saw him facing me with a small smile on his lips. Do you want him? He just repeated. What if I do? I can make a spell for him to like you back. Why would you do that? I don't want you sad. I don't like seeing you cry. But can you really do that? Just wish it, Shoyo. I'll make it come true. Okay, I wish Kijiyama will stop bullying me and start to like me. He lifted his hand again and blew from it. A whirlwind appeared and covered my entire body for a few seconds before it finally disappeared. What was that? It is done. What's done? Go home. What you wished for has already come true. For real? My face probably looked like I just won the lottery. I told you already. TSK, go home. Finish that sketch and keep that smile. It looks good on you. Was that a blush on him? But I was too excited to ask any more questions. I ran away from him but stopped to look back. He was still there where I left him. I saw him blew another wind from his hand before I heard a soft, come back whenever you feel sad. I'll just be here, I'll listen. I waved at him and continued running back home. Tsukishima's point of view. From the moon, I could see him in his room. All settled on his bed. I can see him smiling as he sleeps. I started to smile too. TSK, he forgot to turn on his moon lamp because of his excitement. I bet he also forgot to add the stars on his sketch. I blew from my hand once again. The wind traveled swiftly to Shoyo's room. The moon lamp was lit and the window was slowly closed. You deserve happiness, Shoyo, my son, even if you don't find it with me. But I will be waiting. Hoping you'll find it in your heart to come back to me.